Is there any risk in this, in trying to filibuster it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, I think what you can see now is the forces that tried to stop the deal are now regrouping. They know the numbers have gone against them, and they're saying, we're going to hang this around the neck of every Democrat up for re-election in 2016. They're going to be any attack by Iran anywhere in the world, any attack by a terrorist group funded by Iran anywhere in the world is going to be the fault of congressional Democrats. And I think what's really interesting is over the summer you saw town hall meetings with certain members of Congress. I went and wrote a column for The Economist from a town hall meeting in New Jersey with a seat with a lot of Jewish voters in. What was fascinating was it wasn't really a debate about whether this was a good or a bad deal. And a lot of people who were unhappy said, maybe you couldn't do a better deal. What they're really miserable about is a world in which Iran gets lots more money to spend on terrorism and a world in which America can't stop them. So it's kind of a sort of a real kind of visceral gut bellow of unhappiness at the idea that this president and this America seems unable to constrain Iran. And it's not actually an academic detail about, is this a good or a bad way of stopping Iran getting a nuclear bomb? People talk much more about terrorism than they did about nuclear weapons. I think it's a kind of unhappiness at the way the world is.
Olivier Knox.
And by the way, that was actually a core part of the Israeli, directly the Israeli ambassador. That was a core part of his lobbying effort on the Hill. When he went up in early August to the Hill to talk to congressional Republicans, they came out and they said that he told them, don't pay so much attention to the agreement. Don't pay so much attention to the details of the agreement. This is about Iran, and Iran's a bad actor, and you just can't do any kind of dealings with them. So it fits that argument. One thing about the politics, though, I think there is virtually zero political risk for Democrats in the filibuster. And I think that because
Interesting.
if you watch the at-risk Democrats, the ones who are in toss-up states, they're all coming out in favor of the deal. Why? They're not going to pick up Republican voters. They're not. They need the Democratic base to turn out for them. And the White House has quite cleverly phrased this as you absolutely cannot go against this priority. The danger for them of losing Democrats is much greater than the potential, the distant, remote possibility that they might pick up Republican voters or even independents.